Happy holidays, everyone. It's Amanda here with your RuneScope. And yes, if you didn't get the memo, if you didn't watch the intro in last month's RuneScope, this will be my last video. And I will no longer be conducting private Skype sessions after the 19th. That's going to be the last day. I did open up a few more dates if you have never gotten a reading from me and always wanted to, or it's been a while since you've gotten one. You can drop me a line of email address. It's below in the box below the video. If it's gone, if it's not there, that just means that all of those appointments have been booked. So yeah, it's just time for me to move on. I got to do what I'm always telling you guys to do and follow the path that Spirit is shoving me in, and actually has been for the last 2 years. So I'm actually really excited about the new chapter and to have a better work-life balance. That will be nice. So it's just time. But, so I do take my own advice just to, I'll let you know. But it's been a great 7.5 year ride here on YouTube. If I ever do come back, I never say never, but I don't have any plans to. If I do, though, I will pop up on this channel to say hi and see who's hanging out. So if you want to stay subscribed, feel free, or just search for RuneScopes every now and then to see if I'm back. I do love doing this. It's something I enjoy. So even if I'm not on here, trust me, I will be reading someone's runes or tarot out there in the world somewhere. But thank you so much for your support, your comments, your likes, your shares, all of the regulars. Thank you so much for supporting me over the years. I couldn't have done it without you. It was the whole point I was here. And even if these videos had only helped a few people, it would have been worth it. But from the heartfelt comments I've received, I can tell, and I'm so heartened and happy and actually humbled by your comments from last month. And I'm sure I'll get more this month. And I read every single one. So I am reading those as you comment. I do read those. So thank you so much. And I'm so happy and humbled to hear that the videos have helped some people. And I'm so glad that I could do that. And so thanks for the support. But yeah, this is going to be our last one. Also, the Vimeo channel will be going away. I think it's the end of February. I'm not really sure. Again, all of that content will be outdated. The last thing I posted was November spiritual guidance. So that'll be over anyway. However, this YouTube video will be here all year for me. Do check back in from time to time to see where you are with our runes. We're going to be using the medieval Scathini Tarot for 20 RuneScopes. And then also I'm going to pull a major arcana from the Oswald Worth tarot deck. I did get it to shuffle better. It was a lot easier with just the major arcana. But I want to pull like a yearly overview card for all of you and just kind of see what themes, or what at least some of the major themes are going to be that you're dealing with in 2020. So without further ado, have a lovely holiday season, and let's a Happy New Year too. And let's jump in and see how that new year is going to go for y'all. Hey Aquarius. Let's see what he holds for Aquarius. Get your runes path for 2020 for Aquarius. So as always, Aquarius, keep in mind this is a general reading, so not all of these messages will be for you. Some are going to be for the other Aquarians who are watching. If you would like to check your rising sign, that will give you additional messages, information. Sometimes you'll find that that is where all of your energies and messages for that month are coming through. If you would like a private session with me, tick it back to the beginning in the intro, and I'll let you know if I have any appointments left. Before I take off from YouTube. Yeah, just check the intro, and that'll let you know if I have anything available for the rest of the year. In general, however, take a look at that. We're going to look in the present because we're looking at the whole year this time. This will extend from like end of 18 through the first quarter of, so around end of March. Got the 10 of Wands in reverse. So this is, you just can't, there's a burden that you can't carry anymore, and it has to do with family. It has to do with feeling ostracized, or someone in the family feeling ostracized or left out of the group. But it does seem that this person left the group willingly, because this is someone choosing to close the door on family, on the group, on a friend group. And often with this rune in reverse, it's something they can't get out of. There's no taking this back. So this could be this situation. This could be something that happened. I mean, it could have happened a long time ago as well. But with the Ten of Rods in reverse, it's like you just can't carry this burden anymore. You've got to put it down because it's weighing you down. For others of you, this could be two family burdens. Maybe everybody in the family always comes to you or wants to borrow money or comes to you with their problems or wants you to take care of them or help them, and it's just too much. You just can't do it anymore, and you don't want to do it anymore. Because maybe, they don't listen to you, they don't take your advice, and you're just tired. This is somebody whose energy is just totally depleted in the reverse. Like, I cannot spend any more energy on this. I cannot waste any more energy on this. Because that's what you feel like, is that you're wasting your energy thinking about this, dealing with this, and you're frustrated with it. So yeah, that's really is. That's pretty specific. So again, if that doesn't apply to you, it's probably going to be your rising sign that your messages are coming through here. This could also be problems coming up with family over an inheritance. Maybe that's why this person got pissed off and like I should have gotten that, or I should have gotten the house or the property or the possessions or whatever. And and maybe it was you, Aquarius. Maybe some of you are just like, you know what, I should have gotten that, and I would, you felt left out, and so you're the one who closed the door and walked away, or you will be perhaps in early. And you'd be like, well, nobody ever talked to me, or unless they wanted something anyway. So like nobody ever really took an interest in me anyway. So it's really quite easy to just kind of walk away from this. Others of you could have, you could just be wanting to move, really wanting to wanting to move away or get away from your neighborhood. It doesn't have to be family. Maybe it's where you're living. You don't want to live in that town anymore, or that state, or that country, or that, that block. It just be you're surrounded by disagreeable people, or you feel like you don't fit in, or they don't like you, or, maybe you're a different race or a different ethnicity or a different religion, and you could feel ostracized. Or maybe you're of no religion and everybody else there is really religious, right? And so you're like, and you're, putting up your pagan decorations and you're, and they just don't get you. And maybe you're like, this year I'm going to move somewhere that's more open or more, that vibes better with energy. Your challenge for the year, let's take a look at that. 9 of Coins. Financial independence. Or just independence in general. Being happy being single. Embracing being single. Embracing being on your own. So some of you could be going through a life change. Perhaps you're getting a divorce or a separation, or maybe there's a breakup and you are, on your own. Try not to focus too much on the fact that you're alone. And don't go to the lonely place, but go to how can I use this time to, pursue some hobbies or do some things I've never had time to do for myself, or channel it into a business, channel it into work. Many of you, if you use this energy right, if, you do find yourself on your own for the first time in a while, or, maybe you've been on your own for a while, and just are, it makes you sad or depressed. There's some way to use that energy to make money with the 9 of Coins. You can be completely financially independent if you just kind of use that energy in the right way. Some of you that if you do get divorced in 20, that could set you up financially. If you, if you demand that it does, sometimes Aquarius can be too nice. Make sure you ask for what you deserve in a situation like that. Think about what you've gone through, or what you've been put through. But yes, some of you could be dealing with a breakup of the family situation as it is. It's taking on something new. If there is a divorce or if you're leaving someone in 20, it could be because of the family, the extended family. Like, they could have contributed to it a lot. Maybe they never liked you, or your family never liked your partner and they just got sick of dealing with it, or it kind of infected your relationship. But there's something going on with extended family and that kind of disrupting your environment or disrupting your domestic situation where you live, your home. But yes, seek your independence, embrace your independence, financial and otherwise. 20, and if you're on your own for the first time in a while, channel it into making money. Start that business, start that side gig. Create. Turn your hobby into a money-making venture. There's something that if you do it and pursue it, it can lead to, again, your financial security and you not having to depend or feel dependent on anybody else, Aquarius, even though that's normally not your way, but it does seem like whoever needs the messages the most for me, that seems to be what you're going through here. The help that's going to be available, we've got the Empress. So this is motherhood. So if you are a mother, it could be your kids that are going to be helping you, or just that role of being a mother, nurturing, or get just that nurturing energy. Not be kids that you're nurturing. It could be an idea, a venture, a business, a hobby, creativity. And yeah, if someone is taking you for a ride or leading you astray or not being straight with you, it's going to help you to just turn your attention elsewhere. I almost feel like if there's something like that happening, it's not so much that you're going to have a heavy breakup or whatever. You can just ghost somebody and disappear and go start anew somewhere else. There could also be a coming together with your mother. Like if you've had a split or if that relationship has been difficult, or maybe if you used to argue a lot or have always argued a lot, you could be repairing some of that. You could be kind of, coming closer. It could be health that kind of draws you together. If your mom has a health scare or something going on and you help her through it, it could be that kind of draws you closer and forms a new beginning in that relationship. Yeah, it could be something like that, because at first you could be reluctant, oh God, why do I have to deal with it because we don't get along? Why do I, especially if you have siblings, you'd be like, why do I have to be the one that has to, help? But it is supposed to be you precisely because of that, Aquarius, if that's the situation. Or again, yeah, maybe one of your kids, it's we just, we argue, we fuss and fight, or there's been some sort of disagreement or rupture in the relationship. There's a way to nurture it back, get it to grow again. What must be accepted? We've got the Chariot. Also, any of you who your mother has passed, or your grandmother, that can also be a grandmother energy. They're helping you from the other side. If you're in any sort of car accident, or I don't want to scare you, Aquarius, but some of you, be very careful driving, particularly in the summertime, particularly around Cancer time. Spring and summer, but yeah, especially into early July around Cancer time. Because any of you could be in a car accident, and it's your mom or a grandma could kind of save you from the other side. And that happens quite a lot, actually. When things happen that are not planned or not supposed to happen, they'll step in and save you. So yeah, an energy from the other side could step in, a mothering energy, and rescue you from, something that, and it won't be as serious as it could be, but yeah, there's some ambulance energy here and some, driving energy. So yeah, be careful around that time we talked about, and especially around the Mercury retrograde periods in the Aquarius when you're driving. Now, also sometimes we're just the passenger, right? I mean, you can't control. You have no control if you're not driving, but it does look like you'll be okay, and even that would be happening for a reason if it does happen. But just be on the lookout. Keep your eyes peeled. Don't text and drive. Pay attention. What must be accepted? We got the Chariot. Again, vehicles, movement, traveling. But yeah, there is some sort of disappointment around vehicles, around traveling, around something you wanted to do, some shift or goal you wanted to achieve. I almost feel like though this disappointment is short-lived because you're overcoming whatever that obstacle is and moving on to something else, right? You're okay, well that didn't work out. Well, that I'm not going to let that stop me, because this is very much a forceful energy. It is I'm not going to let anything get in the way. The trouble is the ride can be a little chaotic. It doesn't go the way that we thought it was going to go, right? But then whatever does in life. So yeah, whatever goals aren't working out, it does seem because this is the what must be accepted situation. It's like, yeah, nobody's life really, when you take stock, looks like how you thought it would look or expected it to look. It always takes turns and twists and turns that we don't expect. And but there's always something new that comes in to replace whatever void is there. So I do feel like disappointments will be replaced by new goals and new challenges, but some you're excited about. Maybe particularly around travel, moving, things like that, relocations. Also, if you drive for a living, if you're an Aquarius that like drives a truck or drives Uber or there could be some changes at work or changes with that affect you, and you decide to still work in that vocation, still drive for a living, but you may go a different way. You may decide to go work for another company or totally just be like, you know what, I'm not gonna work for this company anymore. I don't like what they're doing. I'm gonna go independent, right? Embrace your independence. I'm gonna start my own business. I'm gonna buy my own, I don't know, cab or something. I'm going to start leasing a car or rent a car out to people. So yeah, there's something where it still has to do with vehicles and cars and driving, but it's not going to be the way you have been doing it. Due to a disappointment, keep in mind though, Aquarius, the disappointment is probably happening to get you to embrace this change, right? To put you on this path, because that's ultimately where you're going to reach your most, your financial security. So yeah, anything like that, especially if it means going out on your own, going rogue, going independent, being your own boss, or starting a business, that is well starred in money for you. The outcome, we do have the Two of Swords in reverse. So this is the end of a stalemate. This is the end of, and it's ending because there's no resolution. There's no, we can no longer afford to not look at this and deal with it. And so this could be you or it could be somebody else, Aquarius, that, regarding a situation involving you. We can't keep pretending this is not happening, or we can't keep ignoring this situation. For some of you, this could go back to the family issues or the mother issue, or an issue with one of your kids. We can no longer just pretend that this isn't affecting you or the other person, or and there will be progression. There will, it will be slow, not rather than overnight, but there will be some sort of breakthrough by the end of 20, or an agreement to disagree and move forward. There's something where we're laying our swords down, because in the upright, yeah, this is like we're refusing to see something because we're not going to deal with it. We don't want to deal with it, because there's no way to kind of work it out. We're both being stubborn about it. But in the reverse, it's much better, because it is kind of either a compromise or, yeah, like I said, a willingness to agree to disagree and then move on from there. And maybe the things that need to be dealt with, because sometimes when we do that, past hurts and things are not dealt with properly. So if that's the case, that will probably come up again. Again, old energies, old resentments, old business. But gradually, this is going to get better, this situation. This is the start of this healing, improving, and things looking much brighter with whatever this is regarding. But let's see what the overall theme, which major arcana card Is the theme for you and me? You got the Wheel of Fortune, Aquarius, in reverse. Here's what it looks like in the upright. And when we pull a card that covers the whole year with these major arcanas, what I've noticed, at least personally, is the energies of both the positive and the challenging, the upright and the reverse, are probably going to manifest. So with the Wheel of Fortune, it's very much about karma and timing, divine timing. You'd be frustrated waiting for something to happen, waiting for maybe this issue to be resolved with this. It may seem to you that it's taking too long. So that's kind of the energy of the reversal. Like, when is this ever going to be resolved? Is it ever going to be resolved? Why is this taking so long? And just feeling frustrated with that. But in the upright, the Wheel of Fortune is very good because it's about, your fortune's rising. Especially with money, financially, increases and raises and goals being reached when it comes to work and money. Also, again, karma, old karmic business, again, with mom or with your kids, or resolving these things. You're going to find that there is time to do that because it's perhaps over will be significant. Maybe that's when this is occurring, and that's why you're frustrated. Maybe that's what's it's going to take all year. But yeah, it's about getting karmic rewards as well. It's okay to be frustrated when things take a long time to come to fruition. Everybody goes through that. So you're not going to be docked any karma points because you're frustrated about that. It's just part of the human experience because we feel like we have such a limited amount of time, but even though, we have more than just this existence. But while we're here, it's just this life, right? We got to cram everything in. But this is like all in due time. Your fortunes will rise, things will improve. Your luck is going to be, it's going to be an up and down kind of year, just like I think of a Ferris wheel. You're up on top, and then you got to spend your time at the bottom. So, you're going to find it to be an up and down year, but the highs could be significant, especially like karmically and celebrating like reunions and things, or coming to an understanding, or again, compromise. But also financially, and kind of like, I'm so glad that thing happened to me, or I'm so glad that company did that because it gave me the courage or the initiative to leave. And now I start a company and I'm really happy about it. And I'm making a ton of money. So that is what I see here, Aquarius, for 2020. I want to thank you so much for your support over the years here on YouTube. Have a lovely holiday season, a very happy new year, and a wonderful and beyond.